1. You were taught to be low maintenance. Many of us grew up learning that love must be earned. You were praised for not asking for too much. You were told to be strong, independent, understanding, flexible. So now, as an adult, you apologize before expressing a need. You feel guilty asking for help. You shrink your feelings so you won't be a burden. But here's the truth. People love you. You just don't let yourself feel loved because receiving love requires vulnerability. And vulnerability once felt dangerous. When your childhood rewarded silence, strength, and self-sacrifice, your adult self struggles to accept softness, care, and emotional presence. You don't feel unloved because no one cares. You feel unloved because your nervous system was trained to survive without being cared for. 2. You experience love as temporary. Some people weren't taught love. They were taught loss. People left. People withdrew. People gave affection one day and coldness the next. So now, even when love arrives, your mind whispers, "Don't get used to it. Don't rely on it. It won't last." You don't fully relax into love because you're bracing for the moment it disappears. So affection feels fragile. Warmth feels suspicious. Reassurance feels like a countdown. This makes even real love feel thin, unstable, distant. Not because the love is small, but because fear is big. Your heart is not broken. It's protecting you from the heartbreak you once knew too well. 3. You confuse emotional numbness with not being loved. When you've been overwhelmed for too long, emotionally neglected, overstressed, unsupported, your heart doesn't always feel love, even when it's there. It's not that love is missing. It's that your emotional capacity is low. Love enters, but it doesn't land. It doesn't stay. It doesn't sink in. You feel like you should be grateful. You should feel something. But all you feel is nothing. This numbness makes you believe you're unloved. But you're not unloved. You're overwhelmed, emotionally saturated, running on survival mode. Your heart isn't rejecting love. It's conserving energy. 4. You attach love to achievement. If love growing up depended on your grades, your behavior, your performance, your usefulness, then your adult heart believes love must be deserved, not simply received. So when people care about you today, you secretly wonder, would they still love me if I stopped being useful? You don't rest, you don't fail, you don't slow down, because you fear love might disappear. This creates a painful loop. You give everything, yet feel nothing in return, because love tied to achievement never feels safe. 5. You don't trust positive emotion. Some people fear heartbreak more than they desire love. So when affection comes, you keep it at arm's length. You analyze it. You expect it to go wrong. You wait for the real intention to appear. Your brain learned to be suspicious because trusting love once ended painfully. So now, affection feels overwhelming. Kindness feels uncomfortable. Love feels unnatural. Not because you don't want it, but because your heart has been trained to expect hurt, not healing. 6. You don't know what your heart needs. If no one ever taught you emotional language, boundaries, needs, comfort, vulnerability, then you grow up craving love without knowing how to recognize it when it arrives. You may think love is constant reassurance, constant presence, constant attention, when in reality, your heart is looking for something deeper: safety, understanding, consistency, emotional availability. Until you know your needs, love will always feel not enough because you don't know what you're trying to fill. 7. You don't feel like you deserve love. This is the hardest truth. Sometimes the reason you feel unloved is because somewhere deep inside, you don't believe you're worthy of being loved fully. Maybe someone made you feel replaceable, unimportant, not enough. Maybe you carry shame from a moment that wasn't your fault. Maybe you've forgiven others, but never forgiven yourself. This creates an emotional block. Love comes in, but bounces off, because a part of you whispers, "Not me, not yet, not until I'm better." This is not your fault. This is emotional injury, and emotional injuries can be healed. If you've felt unloved even with love around you, here's the truth. You're not hard to love. You're not the problem. You're not empty. You're protecting a wound. Your heart isn't rejecting love. It's asking for gentleness, for safety, for someone, including you, to hold it with patience. You deserve a love that doesn't feel heavy, conditional, or temporary. You deserve a love that lets you breathe, and you deserve to feel it fully. There's a quiet pain almost no one admits out loud. You can have people who care about you and still feel deeply unloved. You can receive good morning texts, have friends who listen, family who checks in, and yet something inside you still whispers, "Why doesn't any of this feel enough?" It's not loneliness, it's not sadness, it's something deeper, a kind of emotional emptiness you can't explain. And if you've ever wondered, why do I feel unloved even when people love me? This video is going to show you the truth you've never been told. Feeling unloved when love is present is one of the most misunderstood emotional experiences. People may tell you, "You're too sensitive. You're overthinking. You just need to appreciate what you have." But deep down, you know it's not that simple. Love feels distant. Affection feels temporary. Reassurance fades too quickly. Your heart absorbs kindness for a moment, then empties again. This isn't because you're ungrateful. It's not because you're dramatic. It's not because something is wrong with you. It's because your heart is carrying emotional patterns that make love harder to receive, even when it's right in front of you. Tonight, we are going to gently uncover 7 hidden psychological reasons why you feel unloved, and how to slowly, softly teach your heart to feel safe with love again.